Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Conversation Chronicles with your girl Tasha, checking in with yet another video on relationship talks. Look, I don't know about you, but I often find myself speaking with people on topics where they speak about, things that they just will not have in respect to relationship. Now, when I'm talking about relationship, I am speaking to like suitors and people that you're actually in relationship with, marriages, dating, courting, or whatever. Okay, so people always have a list that I noticed, and recently I had a conversation with a couple of people, men and women, where they were discussing things that they called that were deal breakers. So I said to myself, I have to bring this to the family, and I wouldn't be your girl if I didn't bring this information to you, because when they bring the tea to me, I bring it to you. Yes, we have to talk about this. Now, I said, listen, if I get on here with this topic, so today's video is called Deal Breakers. Now, the funny thing is, I said if I get on here with this topic, I don't want it to be biased, but I don't care. I'm going to have to be biased. This is the disclaimer right now. Most of the stuff that I'm going to talk about today is going to be stuff that I prefer, and I am reminded that when it comes to deal breakers, it depends on the season that you are in. What do I mean by that? That means your age. You could literally, something that was a deal breaker when you was 20, that probably won't be a deal breaker when you're 65. See, there's a difference. It depends on the season that you are in. And I was telling people this. I said, okay, so some things when you were 20, you literally were like, it don't matter to me. If they had no job, you don't care. High school sweethearts, you don't care. You're willing to grow with these people. When you were 30, it didn't matter. Oh, you know what? If they don't have kids, if they have kids, don't matter because the sky's the limit, it's potential, whatever. When you're 40, blah, 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 on and on and on. Some things as you get older, deal breakers, then, it doesn't matter. For instance, now, if you meet somebody and hey, they got a little extra weight around the midsection. Yeah, hey, listen, that might have bothered you back in the day. But this season that you're in, a lot of people like, that's all right, I'll take that tire, because guess what? They're doing this, and they're checking off other areas that they prefer. All right, so let me get into what I'm talking about today. I just wanted to get you a feel for the topic, because when you're talking about deal breakers, I also sat back and I said, all right, so what about deal breakers aside from the season that you're in? Age is significant. I said, okay, so there's levels. I always feel like there's levels. So when it comes to serious deal breakers, I like to laugh. I didn't find that to be something that I wanted to talk about, but I thought I would mention them because I wouldn't be, I want to give you all the sides. I told you it was going to be biased. Didn't I tell y'all? Just go with me, okay? So there's serious deal breakers. Now, when you talk about serious deal breakers, you're talking about things that some of you think you can control in your mind, but you can't. That people can't control them. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about, something like age, look, their weight. If you meet somebody at a certain weight, you can't control it. They may not be able to control it. Their health, okay? That might be something that maybe you meet somebody who has a disease that, that they can't control, that they were born with. These are serious deal breakers. That might be something that be way out of your limit. Nothing against something who has a disability, but a disability will be a serious deal breaker for some people because they know they don't have the capacity to hold or to take on that responsibility. That's not what they're called to do, right? Okay, stuff like what? And then in today's society, we have to really mention race, right? You were born the race that you were born. A lot of people, don't take it. Some people try to change. Some people try to act like they are a different race. Whatever your cup of tea is, sip it. But what I'm saying is you can't change the race of someone. So that could be a deal breaker. Some people say, I will not date a Chinese man or woman. I will not date a African-American woman or male. Whatever it is, you can't change that. Okay. What's another one? How you look. If now, I don't want to talk about whatever skin color because that goes under race. But if you like a certain person, how they present a certain way. If you feel like you don't like people who have big heads, don't date somebody that makes you say, what's the big idea? Every time they walk by. If you don't like a long nose, you like a little petite nose, then go ahead and find you somebody who has a little button nose. Don't go with somebody who has you. Every time you talking to them, you like, I don't know, who knows? You just find yourself saying these things like, oh, Austin he saw that mole on that female face, he was sitting there going, mole, 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 mole. It was hilarious to me. That's one of my favorite movies. But the point is, these are things that person was born with. They can't change it, right? How about this one? This is a big one, especially, I don't know, maybe men too, but with women. How tall are they? Their height. You can't change how tall somebody is, even if they put on, men, and I'm on to you too, because y'all talk about us putting on our stilettos or wearing our flats to change our height. But how about the men? Come a little closer, family. Women, how about the men who put the little platform in their shoe? Oh, you think we didn't know you do that? You put the little wedge inside your little dress, your little hard bottom, because you know we're going to be wearing heels. Yeah, you thinking we didn't know you knew. We know you put the little platform thing to give you about 2-3 extra. Wait a minute. Not only do they put that little elevator in their shoe to make themselves taller, how about the ones who trick us and put on the Timbs? Now, whatever, if you don't wear Timbs, if it don't hit, then don't let it stick. But when you put on a pair of Timbs, come on, ladies, laugh. I know you laughing with me. When a man wears a pair of Timberland boots, that thing give him about 2-3 extra inches to height, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead and you better meet with that man again and tell him, listen, let's go to the gym or something, because you need to see them in some sneakers. You need to see them some sneakers, or just have them take the shoes off, because they lying just like us. We wearing flats, we wearing stilettos to be taller, whatever. Moving on. Y'all think we ain't know? How did your girls here to tell you? All right, so those are serious things. And how about stuff that there's nothing, I'm talking about nothing you can do about it, that may be a deal breaker to you? These are serious things, right? What I mean, this might be the medium, the in-between things, right? Okay, how about this? Not stuff that they're born with, not stuff that you can't even, it's either you prefer it or don't. How about this? Things that they were predisposed things. How about having kids? That's a deal breaker for some people. Some people just flat out do not want kids. They ain't never preferred kids. They don't want to deal with kids. Ain't nothing against them, but they're out there. She's not one. Tasha love the kids. But you meet somebody and they say, oh yeah, that's a deal breaker. She was beautiful. He was bad. But guess what? He got kids. Or if they have too many kids. Some people only probably want, they have the American dream. Let's see, one girl, one boy, and a dog. Maybe that's what they're looking for. Or maybe, speaking of kids, you can't change something that they dealt with before, i.e. marriage. Maybe that person was married before. When you meet them, that could be a deal breaker. Maybe you wanted to be the apple in that person's eye. You wanted to be the one and only experience. You wanted to learn and grow and learn everything about love with that person. Well, that's not going to happen if you date somebody who's been married before, because chances are they're coming with a lot of experience. So that might be a deal breaker for you. Your girl is trying to get you thinking, and that's all I'm here for. No judgment. Another deal breaker might be what? Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Okay, for all of my holier than thou people. It might be a deal breaker if you're someone who was able to, God bless you, who was able to not be married, not have dated, and you are holding yourself out. You are keeping your purity, okay? You are decided, you have taken a vow to celibacy, and you may be looking for someone who also is adhering to that vow. That's important. That might be a deal breaker if you get with somebody, who he or she was doing a whole lot, or they've been in a whole lot of relationships, because they're coming with a level of experience you may not be able to stick with. Or you could, depending on the season. Again, moving on. Okay, so we talk about if they were, maybe they may have not practiced celibacy, or they may have been married. These are all things that you can't change about them, but it could be a deal breaker. Okay, what else? And this is a big one. I know we don't want to be, petty, but I thought about it, and because I was thinking about it, and I heard other people talk about it, bankruptcy. When it comes to finances, a lot of people are not for it. I'm gonna tell you right now. Some people call it a deal breaker, and when you're asking somebody, hey, what's going on, and they're discussing their finances, and they always try to sneak it in. Yeah, I filed for bankruptcy before. That could be a deal breaker. That could be something that you're like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that. I ain't got time for it. That could tell you about something. I don't know what it would tell you, but it could tell you, that person may not have been, or maybe not be in this type of financial situation that you're looking for. I don't know. Depends on your, what you like. What's another one? Now, here's another one. Now, you know I hear this one all the time, and I see so many men who are incarcerated, but here we go. Did they do time before? That could be a deal breaker. Come on, men. Come on, women. There's women locked up too. Did they do the time for the crime? It might have been a little crime. It might have been a middle crime. A crime is a crime. They still did the time. However, if it was 2 days, they spent 1 day in or 25 in. Is that a deal breaker for you? These are the things. See, your girl's trying to get you moving. And I said, well, listen, since those are the serious ones, remember I told you, I prefer not to go in depth with the serious ones because those are just things that people have lived. That's called letting life bust you open. You've been bust open by life, and that's just that's the hand you've been dealt, right? You had lemons dealt to you, you made lemonade or you didn't, and that's just what you're dealing with. Whatever, something like that, whatever, you know. But when it comes to deal breakers, and this is where I was like, okay, now this is where we could talk. I said, I'm gonna get them thinking here. The deal breakers, where I call them the petty hidden break, the petty hidden breakers. These are the deal breakers that you won't know that they exist until what? Until you take the chance, until you go on the date, until you talk to them on the phone. You got to give them the number until you meet them somewhere. These are situational. You have to actually meet them in their life and somehow put yourself in there in order to find these hidden deal breakers. What do I mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked because you know I thought about it. And if I thought it, you thought it. So anyway, when it comes to the petty hidden breakers that you have to listen, these are the ones that usually you can pass over, or you decide, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Now, you know, and this is a hard one, y'all. This is a hard one because by this time, because you've already decided you prefer how they look, you know how they smell, whatever it is, whatever their lifestyle that they told you, emphasis on told you. You accepting it. You say, I can work with it. Okay, I can work with them. But then the hidden breakers come out. Here we go. Here's a few. Now, I broke it up. I said I had some men, and then I had some women. And I said, well, for men, listen, women, I love y'all. I love y'all cousins. We family. This your cousin. This your cousin right now. And if you're younger, this your auntie. This your auntie. I ain't saying men. This is what the men said. Now, I was just shocked at something. The first thing a lot of men said, a deal breaker usually for a woman, don't care about how bad she is, how bad the body is, whatever it is, a dirty house. I'm just saying. Don't shoot the messenger. Listen, this is what they told me. The men told me a dirty house will get you eliminated quick. They said, don't know. And they said they always have to figure it out once they get there, and they stay on. And see, I said, well, what you do when you go in there, you just see the whole house just looking a mess. I said, because that would be rude. But you can't just walk back out because you're already there. You're already in. The date was planned. I had one fella say, yeah, I just figured out something on my phone and said I had an emergency and had to go. Because my thing is, what are you afraid of? I'm like, they said they're afraid of bugs, taking bugs home to their clean place. I mean, women, think about it now. Dirty homes. When I thought about them saying dirty homes, I also said, okay, well, let's take it a little further. How about a dirty car? A dirty car can tell you a lot about how somebody lived. So I told that fella, I said, listen, next time you might want to check her car. You might want to let her drive once or twice because, and then, you know, not the first time because I keep my car clean once a week. But to catch me midweek, you might find some things in the back seat stuck up under the chair, some fries. So catch her different times of the week with the car or him. But we're talking about men now. I hope this is helping. All right, how about this? Now this one, I was like, I'm gonna have to go with the men, ladies. Dirty nails. Now see, I said, you wanted something. But I said, I'm going to keep it here. I didn't want to judge us. They said that dirty nails tells them a lot about a female. They said, dirty nails mean what? I don't know. Dirty butt? I don't know. Dirty butt, dirty house? I don't know. But dirty nails, how their hands look, that's a deal breaker for some men. I mean, I guess maybe it could go what? Let's go further. It could go with the feet. How do their feet look? That could be it. That could be a deal breaker. Are they hitting the back of the foot, the back of the heel with the ointment? Bow bow. Are they doing it? Are they crusty? Or do they have claws? Some people don't care. Somebody take me as I am. Take me as I am. If I choose not to shave my underarms, take my little afros under my pits, take them, tighten all, whatever, right? Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Now, this one was superficial, but I just have to tell you what the men said. So I had somebody say a deal breaker for them is if they find out that a woman don't own not one pair of pumps. I said, okay, that's a good one. They said they can tell a lot because if you don't own a pair of pumps, women, I'm trying to help us. If you don't own a pair of pumps, not one, they said they ain't talking about the the church pump, the one you can still run around. They talk about if you don't have one bad pair of stilettos, one bad pair of heels that that shows that, they said they could tell what type of clothes you have. If they want to take you out, they know the type of woman. Don't shoot the messenger. This is what they told me, cousins. All right, another one. Okay. And I was like, okay, I can understand this one. I felt like this should go on my universal batch, but I let the men have it. They said if they meet a woman and she always out and she always clubbing or in the streets or whatever, and she's a parent and she's a whole mom and she don't ever have her kids, they said that could be a deal breaker if family means a lot to them. And I was like, you know what? That's a serious one. But you know what? I'm going to leave it at that because I'm not about to get up here and judge us women because it's whatever. But they said it. Ladies, they said if they see you always out and you ain't got your kids and they find out you got kids. And so, shoot the messenger. All right, last one. Now, this list is probably exhaustive in all capacities. And again, I put the disclaimer out. It's based off the people I spoke to. This is just snippets. We'll come back and probably do 100 more videos, but this is just the people I came in contact with. Women, they talked about a deal breaker being their attitude. So, well, what are you going to do? I was like, what do you mean by attitude? Look, being guilty. With a whole guilt level. I was like, what do you mean attitude? And they said it depends on her attitude, and I thought they were meaning like, is she spicy? Is she relaxed or laid back? No, they said, is she nice? Does she have a nice personality? Like, is her attitude stink? Like, do they feel like nothing's going to please her? Is she mean to people when they're out? How does she treat the waitress? Whatever it is, they were talking about her attitude when they bring her out. Or her out, does he have to tell her be nice or stop her from saying things or her attitude? I said, well, don't just come for the people who are about their life, come for the other people. And then they said, also too, they've met women who are so laid back and don't care. They don't have they're not, I don't know what they said. They said they're not about like they're not adventurous. They're not like looking for their future. They're not planning for their future. To them, that's a whole attitude. That's a whole attitude where they're not, out, they're not going for anything. They don't have any aspirations. I don't know, females. I was mad too. Don't take the offense, cousins. They had me mad. But this is just limited people. Now, moving on. Now, here's where the women come in. I only had a couple. I was tickled off of the women. All right, so here we go. I had some woman say a deal breaker for them would be if the guy can't do it, meaning if something breaks, they can't fix it. If they need an oil change, they don't know nothing about it. The light fixture fall out, they like, I don't know. That's a deal breaker for some women, okay? And that same family of if they can't do it themselves, I mean, they're not hands-on, they don't know nothing about nothing. Things we consider manly things, right? Things they should have learned when they was younger. I don't know, but guess what? If they can't get it done, I said, that's just as bad. I mean, yeah, if you can't do it, you can't do it. If you never learn how to change a tire, my guys, I'm here for you. We still family. Your girl got you. Cousin Tasha got you. If you can't change a tire, if you don't know how to motor, whatever it is, can you get it done? Because you could still be a whole boss. Maybe that's just not what you do. You might not, listen, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to ride a horse. That's not something that I learned how to do. I wasn't raised on the farm. Whatever, okay, from the city. So guess what? But can you find some horse lessons? I'm just saying, can they get it done? Can they pay? Do they know how to look and find the answer to the need that you have, ladies? I'm just saying, man, this is what they said. Here's another one. You don't have a car or a job. I threw the job in there, but you always want to go somewhere. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm gonna sit it right there. I'm gonna let it sit there. You the main one, always wanting to go somewhere. What you getting into? Where we going? Where are we going? Because I'm not driving. What you talking about? You don't even have a car. You don't even have a car. Okay, and nothing against. Listen, don't take it, men, because we took it, but don't take it. Do you have a bus pass? Do you have a way to get to me? Because not only I'm okay if I gotta come pick you up, but now this is all respect to age, okay? Because again, remember the season. But can you get to me? But no, the women said it's a deal breaker if they always got to be the one picking you up, man. And they always got to be the one paying. I'm just saying, don't take it, man. What's another one? Okay. This is hard to say. Because I'm just going to say it. There's no better way to say it. If you live with your mama, I said it. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. They said a deal breaker is if you still live with your mama. If you live with your mama and that's just what you do, it's a deal breaker to some people. They ain't for it, I guess. I mean, I don't want to get into it. Listen. That's a deal breaker. That's what they said. I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all read in between the lines and a lot of reasons why I choose not to say anything about it. But what ifs? What's another one? Okay. So, just like the men said, women who are never seen with their kids, the women said a deal breaker is if the man doesn't take care of their kids, meaning they hide their kids. They talk about having babies with you. Man, please. They talk about starting a family with you, but do you find out they got about 3-4 kids they don't even take care of? They've never been with them. Matter of fact, when they get paid, they so busy trying to get you, they didn't give you their check. Where's the child support coming out at? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because they will probably be arrested somewhere. I can't. Whatever. Moving on. That's what they said, man. I'm just trying to get us right. That's a deal breaker. Don't hide the kids. Because they're gonna come out. They're gonna come out some way. Or if you don't have a relationship with them. Moving on. I don't want to go in there. I'm just trying. This is hard. It's a hard topic. All right, here's another one. Oh, this is going. About the mama. Ladies, you know what I'm going to say. A deal breaker if they see how you treat your mama. Now, everybody know, and if you don't know, your girl's going to tell you. They say you could tell how a man will treat you, ladies, based off of how they treat their mama. Now, that's a good one. But I like to take it a step further. That means you want them to have a great relationship with their mom, correct? Yes, correct. But what about they treat their mama overly? Meaning they might be real close with them. I'm just saying, don't get mad, man. Don't get mad. Moving on. I'm leaving it there. Now, last before I leave y'all alone, this video getting long, is the universal deal breakers. Before I get out of here, there were some universal ones, and I just want to throw them out there so you know your girl was thinking. This thing's called hygiene. If your breath stink, if your body stink, if you got body odor, if you don't shower, if you like dirty feet before you get into bed, don't get in my bed with dirty feet. You better wash your feet. I don't know what it is. Don't wear sandals and then get in my clean sheets. Don't put your all-day clothes on my bed. I don't sit on my couch or my bed with all-day clothes. Change your clothes. That's a deal breaker. Hygiene, right? Manners. Do they have manners? Do they open the door? Because chivalry... Come closer, man. It's not dead. Open the door if we on a date. I'm going to stand right there. Get the door. Manners. Women. Are you being nasty? Do you have, some people say that the women should get the door. If I open the door, then you should open my door. I'm just saying manners, whatever you know what you believe is manners. How about this one? How they chew their food. Did they chew their food with their mouth open? Some people say that is a whole deal breaker. Do they smack their gum? People can't do that. You know, habits that they have. Do they smoke cigarettes? Smoking cigarettes, smoking that ooh wee. Do they smoke? Do they drink? These are all deal breakers for people. Think about it. How about this one? We talked about finances earlier. When you find them, are they always spending money? Are they always spending money and you know, maybe they living in a roommate with somebody? Do they own a house? But are they into fancy cars and don't even own a house? Whatever it is, they're habits, right? Deal breakers. Here's another one. Do they have do they wear their own real hair? Fake or real? That could be a deal breaker. Listen, she flowing and going with these tresses, huh? Rapunzel ain't got nothing on she right now, but this ain't my hair. That could be a deal breaker for some people. Men, y'all are not excluded. They have whole units now for men. Men sit up here bald at the top. Now they got a fresh whole tapered up hairline and waves to go with it because they putting units on. Is that a deal breaker, women? Because you know we stay with them frontals, them lace fronts and all type of stuff. That could be a deal breaker. People want people who may have natural hair, natural nails, whatever it is, right?